That is truly, truly spectacular. Look at that braised cabbage and minced beef. What a combination. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today a fantastic soup recipe. I mean, this is a real hearty meal. We are going to do braised cabbage and minced beef soup. A few other ingredients go in there. It is a delicious soup. A bit Eastern European if you like, but it's fantastic. Come on, let's get on with it. The start of the show is cabbage. Now we are going to do it a bit gastro bistro type cooking here. We're not going to pull all the leaves off this or dice and slice. We are just going to quarter it up. So we're going to have to come through the stalk. We want the stalk this time. Okay, so we can come in there and we've got a wedge. We can come in there and we got two more wedges. And we're going to do the same on here. So we've got these wedges of cabbage, nice and steady, should be held together nicely. A couple of these leaves are loose, look, but not to worry, we'll feed them to the rabbit. We don't have a rabbit, but there you go. So this is the start of the show. Just put that in a bowl to one side while we prep the rest of the veg. Okay, we've got onion, couple of carrots, we've got some potatoes, we've got some garlic, tin of tomatoes, and we've got beef and a few herbs and seasonings. So what we need to do is dice up our onion. Now dice it any which way you want and as big as you want. Okay, we just want onion in our soup, so grab yourself a bowl and chuck that in a bowl. Now I've washed these carrots, as you can see they're wet. They've had a good scrubbing. We're going to keep the skin on. Now if you're uncertain, peel. Right, we want some slices. In there. Garlic. A little bit of garlic for this one. Want some flavouring. Give it a mincing. Chuck it on top of your carrots and your onions. That can all go in together. Potatoes. Peel your potatoes, wash your potatoes, do whatever you like with your potatoes. We want potatoes. Some people like skins on, I do usually, but not with these. These are too old. So we're going to peel these. You can use a potato peeler if you want. Entirely up to you. Just peel your potatoes any which way you normally do. A bit green these look in places, but not to worry, they'll be fine. And for all the people that are going to go on about peels, keep it, I'm not interested. Okay, they're going on my compost. Right, our potatoes, we want good, thick slices, like that. Reasonable thick slices. Because it's going to cook for about 40 minutes and we don't want them all to disappear to mush. We actually want some potato. Okay, crack on, do all your potatoes and then we'll carry on. Okay, that's easy on the veg, and I've got a can of tomatoes. We're going to chuck in some tomatoes. I'm using whole tomatoes. You know why I use whole tomatoes on here. We know they are plum tomatoes. They're not all minced up, mashed up, whatever they are, chucked in a tin and called chopped tomatoes. So we always use these. However, use whatever you want. We're going to chop them up. Budget tomatoes are absolutely superb for this dish. Not a problem. Right, we've got beef stock. Okay, made out of the world famous stock cube. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter how you make it, you want some beef stock. Grab yourself a pan. I say it's a bit hot in here today. I'm cooking chicken breasts in here. By heck, it's hot. It's 40 degrees outside and we've got this cooking in here. Right, pan, oil, olive oil this. Now you can use butter if you want. Get a flame on and start your beef off in there. So season your beef, a little bit of salt and pepper. Always works with beef mince. Seems like quite a lot of water in here. Look, listen to this. Now it's only a minuscule amount of beef. You can go as much as you want. Like I say, you can do actually anything with this. You know, you could use chicken, you could use pork, lamb. Up to you. You just want some meat in. And if you're not a meat eater, make it all without meat and don't use beef stock. All these recipes work, you know. Little turning over. You can get some colour on, that's an advantage. If you can't, don't worry, we don't want to be drying out the meat, you know. And I'm not too bothered about breaking it all up. If we can keep some chunks in there, we've got a little bit of beef floating around in our soup, haven't we? In there, carrots, onion, garlic. Stir in, work it in together, and we're going to have about 5 or 6 minutes on here cooking this together like this. It's nice, it's steady. We're going in there with some caraway seeds. Caraway seeds are going to bloom in the oil in the bottom. That's going to release a lovely aroma and flavour in this pan. So we're just going to give this a couple of minutes and we're going to chuck our seasoning in here. So that can bloom in here as well and not just boil in the soup. Let's get the flavour in it. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit of dry thyme in there. That can go in there. Now we're going to add a bay leaf, but the bay leaf can go in when we put the soup in, when we put the stock in. In there, a little bit of paprika. Now you can use it or not use it, that's up to you. You can go smoked or sweet. Whatever you want to go in there with a flavour. Paprika makes it a bit Eastern European, but you don't have to go that line. Don't put it in. In there, potatoes. Let's have them in. Now they're not going to get much cooking, are they? They're not even on the bottom of the pan. But they are just going to get that flavour on them. A little bit of tomato. Want the tomato juice in there. And then we are just going to chop those, because like I say, we're using whole tomatoes. In there. Chop through if they're not small enough for you. Let's have those in. Fabulous. Looking good. Looking extremely good. Look at that. Well, let's get a bit of our beef broth in there. Bay leaf in. Okay, the star of the show, cabbage. Nestle the cabbage in there. In with the best of that beef stock around that cabbage. Bring it up to a simmer, stick a lid on. We're going to braise the cabbage in there like that. We want to try and keep it all together. Now it could collapse, but when we serve it we'll try and get it all together. Okay, as soon as you get it up to a simmer, we're going to simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes, 35, 40, somewhere around there. You want to check it. You're going to stick a fork in the potato. If the potato is cooked, the rest is cooked. The cabbage might be a little bit firm, it might have a crunch in it, but it will be cooked. It's braising in there. Lid on, 35 minutes, and we should be done. Oh, that looks absolutely tremendous. Oh, fork in there, okay. Got a nice bit of texture on there. Oh, yes, please. Potatoes. Oh, yes. Right, that's done. All we got to do now is serve it up. Come on. Okay, we're going full gastro on this one. So what you've got to do is get some juice out of there. You've got to get some broth in there. Get the broth in first. And then we want some veggies in there. You got veggies, you got meat in there. Now, it's going to spread out, but what we're trying to do is aim for the middle. He says. Try and get some of your mince out and get on there in the middle. We want to be seeing mince, don't we, you know? We've made this fantastic gastro soup. And then what you do is you take your cabbage. So just nestle that in there. There you go, look at that. Now you need to go full Eastern European. Ready for this? On there, a little bit of sour cream and a sprinkling of parsley. That is truly, truly spectacular. Look at that braised cabbage and minced beef. What a combination. Oh, that is unbelievable. Slight tomatoey, beefy, got the veg flavour. Got those herbs in there. It is absolutely delicious. Sour cream works fantastic with cabbage. And look at this cabbage. Still got texture, but it's falling apart. That is absolutely sensational. Oh, what a fantastic soup. That is sensational. Absolutely sensational. It's light. It's hearty, it's filling. Share with your friends, tell them how easy it is to make braised cabbage and minced beef soup. And if you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and we'll catch you in the next video.